Hello, everybody. Welcome to another movie chat on a Monday. If we do these, we try to do them right now anyway on Monday. I know that stuff can always change in history. That's why someday you'll be watching this on a playback and saying, well, it's Monday. He doesn't do these shows on Monday anymore. So anyway, I'm Joe Mayo along with Tim Allen and Tom Hunyadi. And who knows who else may pop up. I got a link up there. We got a bunch of people watching, and so far the only one commenting is Rome Loves Dan. Howdy, howdy, howdy to you. And what's going on, fellas? Everything, you looking forward to the new McCartney album that's going to be coming out in 2 months?
What McCartney album?
What's that got to do with movies?
Yeah, nothing. I'm killing time. That's what I'm doing. Trying to get more people to arrive here before we go with our story.
That new McCartney song, it's real Beatley, isn't it? Huh.
Oh yeah, very Beatley. Very Beatley. It's up there with the best of his
Beatles tracks, right, Joe?
Yeah. Well,
it's good though. I think it's good. I think it's really good.
It is good. It is good. I want you to know I like it,
Yeah.
It's up there, Cherry Carter.
Cherry.
Hey, Ramoga's joining us. Ramoga, I'll get this out of the way early today. I'm getting so tired of that, I'll be honest with you. But I know you'd be disappointed if I didn't treat you to it.
He'd unsubscribe if you took it away, probably, huh?
Yeah, could be. That could be the truth. That could happen. Hello there, Douglas. What's going on? Jick Magger. What's going on with you? So, guys, it's been a while. It's been a couple of weeks, and I want to know before we get started, do you have stuff that you've seen? I know it's a silly question because you guys see a lot of stuff.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
How many are we looking at today, roughly? Let you know the number.
I saw 2 movies in the theater. I'll talk about those, and I picked up 2.
Yeah, right. That's good. Tim?
I've watched 10 movies.
Whoa!
And I picked up quite a few as well.
Tim, you need a haircut.
Nah, I'm good, man.
As do I. You can't see, but I got my little tucked back here behind my ears. So, there's still drive-ins near you. I'm trying to think. I don't know where the closest one is to me. There's nothing close, I don't think, anymore.
There's 2 closed drive-ins.
Which is just as well, because there's nothing worth showing at the drive-in anymore anyway.
There's nothing open.
Hey, come on, guy.
Here's a good question. Joe, what do you think of This Is Elvis? I like This Is Elvis. I think it's a very good documentary on his life. I think it's very good. There are 2 versions of it. I think one of them's a little longer. One of them has him, I think, more of an obscenity in it, I think, in it at the end. And I don't want to misquote it, so I'm not going to. That girl could raise the dead or something, doesn't he say in one of them? Or instead of that girl gives, great whatever. Something like that, man. It's something like that. But anyway, I know, Ramoga. We know you will never be tired of the Godzilla clip, but other people may get tired of the Godzilla clip. So I did get to the movies, but only to see an old movie again. So maybe I'll start out with that and I'll drag it out because I'm hoping that, enough people will hear the story here. So everybody knows what I think the greatest movie ever made that I've seen, because it could be the greatest movie ever made that I have not seen yet. To me is 1959, William Wyler's Ben-Hur. And every chance I get to see it back on the big screen, I see it. And I never thought I'd say this, but it was out again, and I think it's too soon from the last time. It's like it seems it's only been a couple of years, 2 years maybe. I think maybe 2023 or 24, maybe April, something like that. 2 years, 3 years. And so I went to see it, and I have a rant video on my movie channel where one time I went not the last time, but the time before that, when an older woman was talking to the person she was with the entire movie and talking about Stephen Boyd. Stephen Boyd, he's of Irish descent. Did you know that? Remember? And I'm watching the movie and she would not shut up. And that was not this time, but that was a couple of times ago. Well, my girlfriend loves the movie too. And, we don't agree on it. When it comes to movies, we have different tastes. But we definitely agree we love Ben-Hur. And it's a thing that we like to do together. Anytime that's out, we go to see it. It's very, So we go to this theater. It's a theater I've gone to many times. It's a big deluxe theater. They got an IMAX there. They got other things there. It's a good theater. And we go in there. And these days, as you have to order your seats. Particularly where you want them, and you can order them in advance if you want, right? So the only problem with that is, if you call it a problem, Tom, maybe since you're a moviegoer, people who feel they have to get there any early for it, they can just walk in. This movie started at 2. Well, there's people that arrived at 2 or 2:03 or 2:05.
Well, I mean, nowadays people are thinking that there's always going to be a half hour worth of trailers prior to. So I think people are now conditioned to get there. Whereas when we were growing up, right, and watching movies where we had the 15 minutes of trailers leading up to the actual start time. So we would always probably get there 20, 25 minutes early, right before, so we can find our seats. So yeah, absolutely. Get it. I get it.
And with this thing, it was Fathom Events. So it wasn't a lot of trailers. It just started at 2. It had an introduction by Leonard Maltin. And anyway, now Ben-Hur has an overture. So we love the music, my girlfriend and I. We love it. Now, I've seen it in the theater so many times now. There are times when the overture has a screen on it that says overture. And there's a symbol on it, an image up there, symbol. Anyway, sometimes I've seen it. It's just darkness. There is no image. It's just the theater's black. Well, this time there wasn't the image. It was just the music, and that's fun in a way. In fact, I think it makes you think more. So we're like reclined back in our seats, and we're just enjoying the music, the wonderful Miklos Rosa score, and now people are just arriving, and the theater's dark because the lights are out. The screen is dark. There's no image on it. There's no light.
And then the phones come on so people can find their spot.
All of a sudden, a bunch of phones looking around. And I'm sitting there, and the music's playing and all this. I'm trying to enjoy it. My girlfriend's trying to enjoy it. And in my row, don't you know, next to me, because you never know with these new seating arrangements who's sitting with you. You don't have the option to get up and change your seat unless the seats are available. So at first, I wasn't too happy. The guy next to me is very tall. He goes, excuse me, this is Ben-Hur, right? This is the, I said, yeah. Is this section E? Is this section? Yes, it's section E. Meanwhile, I'm trying to enjoy this, please. So he sits down. He's got this family of misfits. His wife, who was next to him, and these are older people, was on the phone through the entire length of the almost 4-hour movie. She wasn't interested in the movie. So she's two people down from me, and I could see through the corner of my eye the phone. All right, but she had the screen on a dull screen. It wasn't bright, but I was aware of it. I'm trying to forget it. The other 2 people are their sons, I guess. Let's say they're challenged. They must be mentally challenged. And every now and then, whoa, 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 they make noise like shh through the movie. I'm like, this is really not. I'm not digging this way. And that's only the beginning. Okay, that's all. I had to contend with all that. But then when the actual film started, I know this movie very well, and I could hear they start talking, the narration. I'm like, oh man, it's quiet, it's low, sound is low, it's not at full ability. And I'm like, I don't know if it's something wrong with the speakers, because sometimes it sounded like it was only coming from the right speaker, nothing on the left. And the first 15, 20 minutes or so was like that. Then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the sound comes on as if like, if you ever have stereo speakers or something that are kind of tricky, and they go in, and sometimes they come on and sometimes they don't. So anyway, it came on, and it lasted for like most of the first half. It was all of the rest of the first half, and I was really enjoying it. I really got into it. Then there's an intermission, and we come back at the intermission, and the sound is still very good for the second half. But then very soon comes the classic chariot race scene. Everybody's looking forward to. Chariot race starts. Everything's at full power. The horses are galloping. The rumbles. You feel like you're there. Then all of a sudden, right at the middle of the chariot race, the sound goes out for like a second, quiet for like 3 or 4 seconds. Then it comes back. When it comes back, it's low like it was in the beginning of the movie, and that's how we listened to the whole rest of it. It was a real damn shame. And so that's the first thing. Okay, so about today's discussion for me of movies that I've seen, and I'm thinking, since it's still out there, I'm thinking of going to another theater to maybe see it again. I've seen it so many times in the theater. It's a long movie, but do I need to see it again?
Yeah, just the thing. That's just the thing of whether or not. I mean, because I may go Wednesday to go see it, but I don't know if I want to spend the 4 hours, there.
Oh, come on! Wait a minute, you are a movie guy.
I know.
And look, you get a break. You have to see it. It's the greatest movie ever made, man.
Well, it's one of them, yes.
I believe it will change. It will really affect you, like if you see it and get into it, and allow yourself to get.
Sure, I will. Yeah.
In Ben-Hur's head a little bit, as if whatever you believe or don't believe. But the thing is, I think it's really, really powerful. But 4D Man says you just confirmed I made the right decision to stop going to the cinema. Now that's not Tom. Would you agree?
No, not at all. I mean, I have been discouraged plenty of times at the movie theater with other patrons there. However, there's still no better viewing experience than going to the movie theater to watch a movie.
Yeah, and Ben-Hur.
Yeah,
a big epic like that on a giant 65 millimeter, 70 millimeter, whatever it is, screen like that, with that kind of music score and everything and sound. There's nothing like it. You could see little things that I'd never see on TV, because this movie's so wide, extra wide, that on your TV, even with the bands, the bands on the top and the bottom, right, a little bit, you can't see the tears that welling up in there. Right? There's so many emotional scenes with full of tears and welling and coming down. I'm like, whoa! I never noticed that before. All these little things. So it really is
it's probably the 4K restoration. Then I'm sure is what you're probably seeing.
I guess. I don't want to go into more about it because at times I thought maybe could it be a little brighter too. Like
right.
This is also the movie theater that I bought tickets to see the John and Yoko Power to the People concert movie on the May 3rd one, but I'm going to go to April 29th at another theater first, and then I'm going to come here on May 3rd, see it twice. So I'm wondering if this theater is the theater that they kind of put the old stuff in, like all the smaller stuff in.
Yeah.
Is it going to be this theater? Are they going to have that problem solved? Was it a speakers thing? I don't know what it was. I don't blame the movie. I think it was their system.
It could be the movie itself.
Well, I don't know who knows.
Stuff happens with digital.
I don't, because I mean, I'm granted I have seen it many times before, like that digital in other theaters, but I don't know if this was a different one, different copy. Could be. Now, when you say this, is this the guy that looks like Paul McCartney? Because this guy who plays Pontius Pilate, I always thought had Paul McCartney eyes and a Paul McCartney face with a beard. So I don't know if that's his name. Do you think I would know his name? I forgot about Tommy. Look, it's over now. I wouldn't have minded seeing Tommy in IMAX, but Chuck Norris in President's Men.
Not familiar with that one.
I don't know what that is. I haven't even seen all the President's Men yet. So there you go.
No? Oh wow. Yeah, I mean, I guess we should mention that real quick. That Chuck Norris passed away. Was it 2 weeks ago now, or was it last week?
I think 2 weeks about, maybe last week. Well, maybe it wasn't 2 weeks yet.
86 years old, I believe it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's weird because I was reading on his Facebook. He just turned 86, and he was like, "Hey, I'm glad to make it this far. I feel great," and all this kind of stuff. And then 2 days later, he passed.
He passed. Yeah.
It's just strange, It's enough to throw one's Roman sandal at the screen. Yeah. The last time I saw it was is April of 23 or 24. I can't remember. It was recent, fairly recent. Yeah. And in 19, the movie came out in 1959. See how I got out of this?
Yeah.
And it'll be the 70th anniversary in 2029. So I'm thinking it'll be out there again. Pontius Maca instead of Pilate.
Yeah.
Oh man. Last time I went to the cinema, last time I was in America, 12 years ago. Yeah. And but I gotta tell you, I can't say enough. Look, I always go all gush about this movie. Won 11 Academy Awards. I mean, everything is spot on. The direction, the acting, the music, the sets, the costumes. I mean, it's grand scale. The chariot race never disappoints. It still holds up all these decades later. I mean, I love that this. I've seen it so many times I can say it. There's so many emotions in there about, love, hate, evil, good, revenge, letting your soul get rotted by hate and revenge and turning away, from goodness, or if you believe in God, turning astray from God and then trying to get back. If it's not for everybody, but it's just, I don't believe in demons either. Well, I do believe in God, by the way. I'm not making sense. I don't mean either. I do believe in God, but as an example, I don't believe in demons. But I watched The Exorcist, and I can accept that the girl got possessed by a demon for the movies, for the sake of watching the movie. I do.
You don't have to suspend your disbelief for that one.
Yeah. So and boy, and it always tries to make. I always come out wanting to be a better person for the last scene in the movie with Charlton Heston. He had this weight on his shoulders and all this stuff, his hatred for his enemy Masala, and then, through his experience that he had at the end, he said, "And I felt his voice take the sword out of my hand," and all of a sudden he was no longer all pissed off, and he was able to find peace, and he didn't have that hatred and grudge anymore and all that kind of stuff. I don't know. Anyway. So you think I like the movie? Yeah, I do. I like the movie. When it goes well.
I mean, well, nice. 1 second. So were the people next to you quiet, well behaved or whatever? Throughout the movie, or was it just
overall it wasn't as bad as it started out to be. I was worried it was going to be a total disaster because the kid, the young people, whatever that were afflicted, they had problems. And they were making noises and beginning, and they calmed down as the time went on. And I didn't notice the woman with the phone after a while. And I guess it wasn't bright. At least it was on a dim.
Yeah.
And the man the father immediately next to me didn't say anything. At first, I thought he was going to be when he came in. Hey, this row E. It's like, and then of course my girlfriend's like me in a lot of ways, and she's going, "Why don't you get here early? Why don't you get here?" It's like you're ruining the movie for us, or the overture for us.
Yeah.
Let's see. Last time for you was a little under a year ago. Oh.
What, in the theater?
Yeah, theater or Ben-Hur? Which one? What did you think when Ben-Hur sees Jesus and wants to give him water, and the Roman pushes the water out of his hand? That's a powerful scene, because earlier in the film, when Ben-Hur is a prisoner and he's in the desert and dying of thirst, and the Romans won't give him anything to drink, and then he collapses, and then Jesus happens to be in that vicinity that they're marching through, and he gives him some water. Then later he returns the favor, so to speak, when he's going to his crucifixion. But it's not, it's not a heavy film. It's not a heavy religious film. It's just, it has moments with Jesus coming in and out of it. We have a 4D man waiting patiently here. His house is on fire.
Again?
we have to say that. What's up, 4D?
Am I the right way around for you guys?
Oh yeah, on mine you should always be okay. It's Rachel. Sometimes it's flipped the other way, but not on this one.
Okay,
You're fine,
that poster, which isn't framed, is from I think it's from 1970. You seen that film?
No.
That film is famous for having, well, the best and the longest speedboat chase in cinema that James Bond copied off it a few years later.
Oh.
The film came in under the length that it should be to be an A picture, and they didn't like what they had, so the producers hired a completely different director, Don Sharp, to add some action to it, and he filmed a speedboat chase that was over 8 minutes long, no dialogue, not even any music in it, just a constant speedboat chase through the canals of Amsterdam for over 8 minutes. It's a fantastic sequence.
Yeah, I was thinking of Bond. As soon as you said that kind of chase, I thought of James Bond right away. Before you got to Bond.
And when you compare it to this film, it's not a spot on this film.
I have a Yesterday film shirt on, and Tom has a Criterion. What does Tim have?
Nothing. I don't even know. I have no idea what my shirt. I just put it on. I have no idea what's there. It says you may something. You can take that for what you may do whatever you wish.
Okay, I'll make it up in my mind. I saw one battle after another, 70 millimeter IMAX. Nice. What a fantastic experience.
Excellent. I'm happy to hear that.
As far as noise, some light cheering and laughs from the audience when it's appropriate. Oh, I love that. I love that. The best experiences I've ever had in the films,
right? Yeah,
has been that. I could, Jaws, The Exorcist.
When everybody's in sync with the movie, everybody's paying attention. You can't top that, really. I mean, it's like being at a concert, and everybody's in sync with the show.
Yeah, exactly. Nothing like it with anything when people are all together and they're behaving themselves.
That's such an American thing. The first time I went to America in 1985, there was a $1 theater, what was called a $1 theater in
it's like a second run showing.
Yeah. Exactly, yeah. And this was in Washington DC, and they were showing things like a Marx Brothers double bill, or they'd show the Wizard of Oz, that kind of thing. And I was amazed that Americans reacted so openly, because in Britain it's quite or at least it used to be an introverted culture where you couldn't get you would never know whether the audience was enjoying it or not, even if they were loving the film. But Americans really let you know. And I can remember when we saw The Wizard of Oz at this $1 theater, after Judy Garland sang Over the Rainbow, everybody applauded as if it was theater, as if she was really there. And I thought, fucking hell, this is weird, man.
Well, like Paul McCartney said, all the guys had to be tough guys back then. You couldn't show any emotion back then.
I guess, yeah.
Has everybody here seen the movie Tootsie or no?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I saw it when it came out.
Some things I just remember from the movies. I remember in that movie, everybody was laughing in the right spots, but there was a great part in there, I forget how it goes, where when Dustin Hoffman first has on the drag and he's dressed like a woman and he's not a very attractive woman, and they're all with the cameras and everything, and they're getting close because they're on the soap opera. She's on a soap opera, and they're going, how far do you want me to go, or something like this? And one of the guys, how about Cleveland? Like that. And I remember the whole audience. The whole audience going, It's stuff like that is so great, man.
I think that was the first time I realized that the director Sidney Pollack was a really good actor as well.
He was good in there.
Yeah, good.
And there's even that part they were laughing at that too when he says, like, he goes, I don't know the exact words, paraphrasing, but he says like how Dustin Hoffman always has problems because he won't do what the director says. He goes, they lost all this money. You played a tomato, and you wouldn't sit down or something, and you lost all this money. And he goes, well, it wasn't logical. And so City Paul says, you were a tomato. A tomato doesn't have logic.
Yeah.
You know, and everybody was laughing.
I was watching the Kino release of 3 Days of the Condor, which Sidney Pollack directed.
Yeah,
and there's a Sidney Pollack documentary on there, and he started as an actor. I
didn't know that.
Yeah, he started as an actor with Robert Redford. Actually, came up around the same time, so that's when they became friends. And that's why they ended up working together like 6 or 7 times.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, I think Tootsie's one of my all-time favorite movies, no doubt about it.
Well, Dustin Hoffman could do no wrong in those days.
Yeah, I saw a trailer that he's in some new movie coming up.
Yeah, and it looks actually pretty good. It was really good to see him in a trailer again because
piano tuner or something.
Yeah. Because like a lot of our older actors and directors, you start slowing down a little bit. But it was really good. Like I saw a movie last year, I'm forgetting what it was, with Richard Dreyfuss in it. And I hadn't seen him in a movie in a hot minute as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Thanks for your comments on my recent vids, 4D. I'll have to check out that Hammer film about Rasputin the Mad Monk.
Yeah, Spring Heel Jim put out a video of a version of Rasputin that I hadn't seen, so I mentioned in the comments it'd be interesting to compare it with the Hammer film, with Christopher Lee.
Yeah, it's on the same sets as Dracula, Prince of Darkness too. I think it's the same set,
back to back. Yeah.
Well, last time I went to a theater was under a year ago. You'd probably not like me saying Ben-Hur isn't really my kind of movie. I could believe it. Pirate Gamer Boy 12. I would believe it. And I was so brokenhearted that both of my one nephew, I watched Ben-Hur with him on television, with my Blu-ray or whatever, and he just didn't get anything out of it. And his brother, I thought, would get something out of it. We went to the theater with him one of the times, and he just was like talking about, I don't know, why did they act like that back then? And he's like 30 years, so he's not like, 13 or anything. He's like, their reactions to everything and all this. And I'm like, oh man, God help us. I'm sorry if you're watching.
So he thought they were overacting.
I guess even in Ben-Hur, I mean, I could understand you saying. Sometimes I look at 1930s movies on Turner Classic, which I love 30s movies. And sometimes I'm starting to say, man, I'm starting to think they're a little over, doing it unnaturally in the 30s. That was the style.
I don't know if you're rendezvousing with your mother and she's a leper. How can you overreact to that?
Well, there were no method. I mean, there were no lepers in the 50s so those method actors, they couldn't get in with the lepers,
Yeah.
To get that, to get that motivation,
People weren't immune to everything now. I mean, back then, believe it or not, people's reactions were actually bigger than they are today because they hadn't seen, people are just so deadened by everything now because they're exposed to everything there's nothing new. After you're 10, there's nothing new anymore.
That's a shame. That's why,
And back then there was, so people's reactions, I mean, I know they're overdoing it in the movies, but people's reactions were more fierce than they are today.
Yes. And whether it's Elvis in rock and roll and the Beatles in rock and roll, or Kiss, even if you want to say when they went crazy, or horror, or Alien with something bursting out of the chest, or The Exorcist, or Jaws with the head coming out of the boat, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
It was all like new, and it was all kind of we learned together, we grew together.
People's reactions in 1960 to Psycho lasted for a generation, and there's even a documentary out there somewhere that's just purely about the audience's reactions to Psycho, not about the film, but about how the audiences reacted in 1960.
Right. Well, again, you don't even have to go back any farther than that. Look at the Beatles. Watch the girls on the Ed Sullivan Show or whatever. I mean, people today would go, "What are they doing?" But
well, they still do that a little bit today, though.
and
Taylor Swift and everything. I got to admit, I've seen them.
nobody's screaming at Taylor Swift. I'm sorry, as big as
I don't
she
know
is,
about
nobody's
that.
fainting. Nobody's wetting themselves over Taylor Swift.
When Paul recently played the Fonda Theater at age 83, and I don't know if they did it because they're supposed to do it, but there's footage of him arriving and the girls are screaming, and not all of them are old people. They're young girls going nuts, jumping up, losing it. I don't know if it's because it's a Beatle, they're supposed to do it,
Yeah.
I forgot where I was going with this.
But the medium, the whole cinema medium doesn't have quite the effect that it did. Like in one of the earliest examples.
I disagree with you, man. You got to go to these movies in order to be able to say that. Okay.
Well, one of the earliest examples of in cinema, one of the first films, was just the camera planted by a railway platform and the train going by you, and people were ducking in the aisles because they thought the train was going to come right out of the screen because it was a new medium. So if you follow that through, and directors getting more and more extreme, like Hitchcock, then you get to a certain point where we're kind of used to all the tropes, and maybe the medium's kind of run out in terms of its effect on us. Maybe.
Well, I mean, that's why every time, I mean, with the IMAX, I mean, they're always trying to reinvent themselves. Like the movie I saw, the movie Project Hail Mary 2 weeks ago, and I was sitting there just in awe. I mean, especially with all of these when they go to the planet that they have to go to, it's just the visuals. I mean, you're just sitting there and you're still in awe and wonder just watching this.
Well, that's why I have a 3D television, but Rachel tells me it's just gimmicky.
Yeah,
I think it makes it more true to life.
Yeah, but I mean, if it gets people's butts in the seats, then it works.
I don't know. People don't care anymore. Young people, a lot of them, right? They're about movies today, going to the movies.
No, because they're saturated.
Yes, I do. If it's Alfred Newman,
people today spend half their lives in front of a screen watching something. Back in 1949, before television, if you didn't have a lot of money, maybe you went to one, maybe if you're lucky, 2 movies a week, and then it'd be another week before you saw another movie. Now people literally spend 12 hours a day doing this in front of a screen. I mean, it doesn't have the impact that it once had. Of course it doesn't.
Right.
And 4D, you said you do have the Robe soundtrack?
Yes, I do. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, that's not one of my favorites. I like it. Okay, I own it, but the movie. I like Richard Burton. I like Victor Mature. I like the sequel better. I think Demetrius and the Gladiators. And Jay Robinson. You want to talk about an actor that's really chooses the scenery? It's Caligula, Jay Robinson.
Oh, that one.
It's really over the top. The Skull, 1965, Amicus film, Cushing and Lisa.
I like that movie.
Yeah, I agree.
I like
that. 3 Days of the Condor is still in my top 5.
Well, you should check out that Kino Lorber release. I mean, it's really good. Got some
Kino Lorber, best genre out there.
Damn it, Joe!
The odd thing about 3 Days of the Condor for me is how they almost try to humanize Max von Sydow. He's the psychopathic hired killer who has that amazing scene at the beginning of the film. And as Robert Redford interacts with him, because he lets Robert Redford off the hook and warns him that somebody will be out to get him and he won't know who it is. And one day you'll be walking, and I thought, well, wait a minute, this is a fucking psychopath. You're not going to humanize him, are you? But they kind of did.
Speaking of Max, back to The Exorcist. I was younger when I saw I was a teenager when I saw The Exorcist. I had no idea that was old age makeup. I didn't know him. I didn't know him as an actor then, that he done so much stuff. I just thought it was an old guy. I didn't know there was an old age makeup for him.
That film frightened the bejesus out of me when I saw it first time around. Really scared me.
I tend to prefer movies from about 1963 onward, but I've liked older movies than that.
There's some
And
there's some phenomenal ones.
Yes.
Out of interest, 4D, how was that poster displayed? The one that isn't framed, is it attached or cardboard at the back?
It's hardboard at the back, and I've just put it on with these clips there.
We were so amazed by Star Wars in '77. We thought it looked so real. Tom, did you see it in the theater when it came out, or were you too young?
I saw the first time I saw Star Wars was 2 years later in the drive-in in '79, as they re-released it right before the sequel came out. So that was the first movie I actually got to see, in the drive-in was Star Wars. Yeah, and, just glued.
Pretty amazing effects. Then I remember somebody when it came out, and I was 15. I didn't care about it too much, but somebody had a Super 8, abbreviated 10-minute version of it, and I put it on the projector. It looked so like state of the art.
Yeah.
Well, shit. It changed cinema.
Yeah. George Lucas.
Yeah, I know there's some. I don't doubt that there's some great movies, even if I'm not interested in seeing them. But theaters themselves,
yeah, but it's not all theaters. Like the theater that I go to is very rarely when I go to a theater that there's maybe more than 20 people in the theater. Now there's other theaters that are really popular. Like I know, theaters in New York and California. There's screenings that are, packed all the time. But I'm kind of glad that the theater I go to, not a lot of people are in there because it's less annoyance from the people.
Yeah, it depends what it is. Lately, and now that I'm retired, I always said when I retire, I'll go to the movies all the time. Well, there's nothing I want to see. I'm sorry, but I'm probably missing some good movies. I just, I don't doubt that they're good movies. I just don't care. But
I think one of the reasons why Hitchcock was such a great director is that he really did have the cinema audience in mind when he was conceiving the picture, to the point where even when I watch a Hitchcock film here on the screen behind you guys where I'm looking now, I almost feel like a member of a cinema audience watching it on home entertainment, because he's got that vision in his head of how it will play with an audience, almost like theater.
Mm-hmm. By the way, before I go into that, I forgot to mention about Psycho when it was brought up before. Psycho, even though I love those kind of movies, was a film I didn't catch till after I saw Halloween and Friday the 13th. Why I never got to it before then, I don't know. By the time I did, obviously some of it was lost for me on the shower sequence. I just didn't think I'd seen a lot worse than that, more vivid than that. But I still realize it's what a good film it is. Like I think it's a good film regardless.
Well, was that really like the first time we really got to see in a mainstream movie a decayed person like his mother there at the end of the theater? I know you saw mummified people or whatever, but here's you turn around and then it's just pretty much a zombie for the most part.
Well, that went in the 50s too. There was 50s stuff like that. I think. Trying to remember. I know there's this movie, She Demons. Terrible movie. It's like from the school of Ed Wood school.
Great movie.
But at the end, I know there's a woman who pulls her face off and it's all skull. That's in 56, I think, 1956. But the whole shower thing, I don't know if there was anything like that. I don't know. I'm trying to remember.
You ever play that movie on frame by frame and see if you can see anything?
No.
The Psycho's in black and white because of the shower scene.
Scene, right?
He knew. Well, for one thing, to do it right, he would have had done it completely different. He used chocolate for blood, but he would have also got banned.
To do a black and white. Yeah, you would have.
Yeah, that film would have got banned
for the blood too. Yeah.
Yeah. That film would have been banned many places if it was shot.
What's your opinion while we're on Psycho? Was there any need for that Psycho shot-for-shot remake?
Oh no, God, no. That's Gus Van Sant's low point. I just want to kick people in the head when they have to do something like that. Like, I know it's great. I know you're inspired by it, but you know what? Just leave it alone.
Yeah, this Halloween Rock. Are you familiar with Halloween Rock?
Yes. We watch a YouTube presenter called Kiltman who lives in Liverpool, and he's a YouTube movie channel. So we correspond sometimes under the videos. You won't get Kiltman on a live stream. He just sticks to his own lane, and he does like
Right.
an hour and a half movie reviews. He's quite old fashioned. He loves the Universal monsters like we do. So there's a lot in common between a Joe Mayo show and a Kiltman show, but except that he doesn't do live streams.
Yeah. Well, he Halloween Rock said he just subscribed, and he was looking forward to the movie shows. He says he likes 4D Man. So there you go. All right, and thanks for that, Halloween Rock. I always appreciate new people. And since you mentioned Universal, let me move on a little because we gotta go. I'm not as much of a rush as I usually am because my girlfriend is not working today, so she's home. So I'm not as much of a rush. I don't have to pick her up. But let me talk about other movies. It's funny when I talk about a Universal horror movie from the 30s or 40s because I've seen these 100 million times. But anyway, Svengoolie, who I like to watch, if he has a movie on I'm interested in, I'll watch it. I like to have it, even though I own it. I like to have it on TV with them talking about behind the scenes and joking around in between commercials. I don't believe it, but I do watch Svengoolie because it brings back the old horror host days. And the movie I watched was The Mummy's Hand from 1940. Some people say it's a sequel to the Karloff Mummy. It's not really a sequel because it's a new series or a new character altogether. But it's my favorite of all of those. I think there were 4 of them with the Mummy. That kind of character where he's bandaged up and slithering around and strangling people. For me, that's a movie I saw as a child. Got me into horror films single-handedly, The Mummy's Hand. And also House of Frankenstein. I name that all the time. Those 2 films around that time, at that age, were what really got me into this horror stuff and monsters. And I just think it's good. There's comedy in The Mummy's Hand, but when the mummy is there, it's serious. But there's some comical character in there, played by Wallace Ford, and so it's very light at times until they get to Egypt and they find the mummy and all that. And this thing, it's funny how you get older. When you're a kid, you're mesmerized. Here's a mummy. This thing is like scary. And they did special effects where they blackened out Tom Tyler's eyes as the mummy. So when he comes reaching for you like this, his eyes are like all black. There's no like life in his eyes. But now when you watch it, I know every time he does that, it's the same set shot. It's the same still. Like he could be in like a tomb, like in a tomb, and the background is like a wall somewhere else, or if he's outside, instead of seeing trees or whatever, it's still the set. So it's like obviously things like that you notice as you get older. And there's a couple of shots of the mummy when he's like slithering around outside here and there. They use the same still. I mean, the same frames every time. No matter where he is, you see the same tree, the same jungle vines hanging. It's the same shot. It's like he's supposed to be walking different places, But
has that taken the edge off it for you, or do you love it just the same?
It's a warm and fuzzy thing when I watch it. I have the same feeling. I'm a little kid, that's why I watch it. It's a comfort movie. It takes the edge off a little bit. Yeah.
But sometimes when you really love a film for decades, and the mistakes somehow are part of why you love it almost. Not just that you forgive the mistakes, but somehow that's part of the character of the film.
Yeah, in this case, not so much.
Okay.
I don't know. That does happen in other ones, but in this one, right. I'm like, man, that's sloppy. Can anybody? I mean, even if you're on a budget, I mean, you can't take like, all right, we're going to take one shot of you against this jungle brush walking along. Then we'll take one of you here, say, I don't know, with a pyramids or something in sand walking, and you don't have to, just different, even if it's the same jungle brush, just have one over the left, one over a different tree, a different one without a tree.
But I had the same criticism about some of the 1960s TV series that are close to my heart. So with Star Trek, the first 3 seasons, every time there was a fight, they just recycle the same da 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 da. And all that did is it made the whole thing like, oh, here we go again. It made the scene seem like a repetition because they repeated the music. I mean, you'd have thought, actually, it would be better if they had no music at all, just as a variation, rather than repeat the same music all the time.
Well, Batman, every time they pulled in front of the courthouse, same shot. Same people walking down the stairs, same shot. Probably you used it 50 times in Batman, and there it is. Every time they pull up.
Save money. Save money that way.
And every time I see a fight scenes in Batman, every time I can see a different guy is Robin, So
no, Robin turns into like a 45-year-old man.
Yeah, I know. And it's like, man, and then it's not the Joker, like they used to go punch the Joker in the face and you go like this, and it wasn't Cesar Romero,
No, you can tell on all, that's.
And every time Leonard Nimoy got profound, that guy would get on his bass and you'd hear do 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 every time.
What I want to know, speaking of Star Trek, now again, I appreciate Star Trek very much, the original series, and to some extent the lesser, but the Next Generation. But anyway, whenever I watch Star Trek original episodes, and to this day I haven't seen every one of them, but I've seen a lot of them. What's the one? One of them is called "Who Mourns for
Adonis,"
and I don't understand it. I know it was the '60s, budgets and everything. You get on a planet, the whole planet consists of just these 2 pillars and like a stone seat bench. That's everything. And what do you do? Just hang out there? He just sits there all day? Doesn't do anything? Where does he party? Where does he go to hang out?
The last season of Batman, there's not even any sets. There are all the hideouts and everything are just black. There's a couple of props here and there. There's no walls. If there's a window, it's literally hanging on 2 strings. There's no sets anymore. They couldn't even afford sets on Batman for season 3. It got terrible.
Well, I like a lot of Star Treks. I mean, Charlie X, I like The Enemy Within. I'm trying to remember some of them. The Galileo 7 I like a lot too. That's another one I like.
The one with Ted Cassidy as that giant android called Rock. You remember that one? God, he was scary in that film. Yeah. Really scary.
Yeah. No, don't get me going on the worst one. Because
don't say Spock's brain.
Yes, Spock's brain is absolutely, and it opened season 3, and to my theory, that's why Star Trek got canceled. You don't open with your worst episode ever. Right. I mean,
they were looking to get canceled.
Oh my God, just horrible. Brain? What is brain? Oh my. Horrible. The only one I own on VHS is Spock's Brain. They've got it right up there somewhere.
Drive-in theater culture, happy high school days. What are we talking about? Max kills his girlfriend, then offers him a ride and offers him advice.
I can show you. Not all at once, but I can show you 2 soundtracks that came today. What's that?
Brain right there.
I saw that on. I didn't think it was as bad as they say, but
what is that? Is that a book, Tim?
No. This is how when Star Trek first came out on video, it was 2 episodes per tape.
Okay.
And it's one of them is Spock's Brain. It's the only one I own because it's such a terrible episode. I have to buy it. Yeah.
What do you got to show? Take a break here, 4D. What do you got to show?
Okay, well, this is a double EP. It's such a limited edition that it sold out on the first day, and I just managed to get one of the last ones 2 weeks ago. So you can get the Curse of Frankenstein original score on an LP, but it's a reorchestration. It's not lifted off the soundtrack because they lost the master tapes. But when they did a 4K a 4K transfer in 2024, one of the extras on the 4K is a sound effects and score track. And what this album does is it transfers that the music from that sound effects track onto these 2 7-inch discs.
Oh wow, look at that.
So and you'd never know. It looks like because you can't hear any sound effects at all, and the music, the sound is pristine. So what it makes me think is that Peter Jackson, who's got a patent on what he did for the Beatles, in Get Back, it makes me think, well, these guys don't have license to that technology, but they must have found a different way of doing exactly the same thing to get such
there's
a pure...
a lot of those out there now. There's you can go online for $10 a month and deconstruct anything these days.
So the difference between this double 7-inch, this EP, and the LP that you can get of Curse of Frankenstein is that this isn't the reorchestrations. This is James Bernard, the original music that you hear in the film, but it sounds as if there was an LP in the first place that this is lifted off, and there wasn't. This is lifted off the technology that they used to transfer it to 4K, and there's no sound effects at all. So I was quite amazed by that. So there's that one, and this I had to buy this secondhand. This is a special.
Now Tom's excited.
It's a special edition. Let me just open it out. You won't believe how much this cost, even secondhand. It's beautiful illustration on there. If you can see it, can you see that? All right.
Yeah.
Let me know when you want to sell that.
Well, there's let me just show you one of the. It's a double album.
Yeah. Nice.
So it's nice. Like they're trying to go for the color of a New York taxi, but it doesn't look like that, does it? And the other side is like the wheel of the taxi driver. So both the LPs look like that. So the story behind and the back is worth showing as well. That's the back of it. It's quite a cool illustration on the back. So it's a double album. It sounds great. I only played it about 2 hours ago. But the story behind this is because it was a limited edition. If you ordered it on Amazon, as I did, you ordered it 6 months in advance, and you trust Amazon to deliver. And at the last minute, 6 months later, they cancelled. They cancelled the order, which means I could never get it for £60, which is what it was when I placed the order, because it's a limited edition. As soon as it runs out, the price escalates. So I had to buy it last week for £92. It arrived today, £92. I ordered it on Amazon for £60. They cancelled. So I complained to Amazon, and they refunded the difference. So they gave me a £32 gift token as compensation for them pulling out. So that's quite good.
Yeah.
Worth complaining.
Okay. I prefer movies made around before 1970. I mostly watch black and white films now. There's so much of the old stuff I haven't seen. Yeah, it's like me with music.
Good for you.
I haven't seen. The home viewing experience has also improved. Bigger TVs, better sound systems, and
I'll agree with that. I'll agree 100% with that, but it still doesn't beat the actual.
No, doesn't
in theater. Yeah.
Simply does not. But we all have opinions, I guess. But okay, how big the TV is at home, Speaking of Hitchcock, I got that book you showed 4D, and I'm on chapter 4. Good stuff.
Oh, that's right. It was the first Alfred Hitchcock biography that was ever written, and it had his cooperation. So that meant that was a passport to a lot of other actors speaking to the author.
My friend belongs to a film society. The screenings are packed, but the crowd is silent. Well, sometimes, like if I go to a place I go to where the people respect film more, it's like an independent thing where they play movies like with a club. It's from a club, really. It's also open to the public. You don't have to be just a club member. they're more respectful there. Oh, it's funny. It's funny. Hello, Beetle Eddie. I'm not saying you're funny. This is funny. My cinema's never quiet. Too busy. People slurping, crunching. Funny. It's like being on a farm. I gotta say, one of those mentally challenged people that was sitting a few feet away from me at one point. They had soda, and it was a very quiet love scene. It's like finishing the soda. I'm like, come on, man, will you?
Yeah,
it's worth reading out something that Martin Scorsese says. You get this brochure with the limited edition soundtrack, and he talks about how he met Bernard Herrmann, the composer, and got him to do it.
Right.
And Bernard Herrmann was a grouchy old geezer by this time. It was the last film he ever did.
A lot like De Niro is now.
Right. Yeah. So they sit in the rushes, and
rushes, Joe. Rushes.
De Niro is driving his taxi along on the screen, and this is Martin Scorsese remembering that Bernard Herrmann says, "What's that noise doing on my music? I gave you beautiful music for your film, and you've got noise over at it. What's the matter with you kids? Get that noise out of here." So in other words, you could hear the sound of the traffic going and people walking by, as well as the music overlaid. So Scorsese listened to him and took out the music and decided he was right. And Scorsese doesn't go into it, but the reason I think he was right is because this character is so in his own head. He's so unrelated to the world around him that if you dampen out all the noise, so there's no noise, and all you've got is this dramatic music, that's kind of more like what's going on in his head, because he's really not relating to the outside world. So I think Herrmann made a good point there. It sounds kind of like narcissistic, doesn't it? That he just wants his music to be on the show, but it fits psychologically as well.
It's his swan song, Taxi Driver.
Yes.
Yeah. The saxophone, like John's saying here, is fantastic. But we all know how Joe feels about jazz.
Well, it depends. I like some kind of jazz, but I think like improv jazz, I'm not. To me, this guy sums it up best.
Yeah.
Who put this on? It's just a random selection of notes in no particular order. For fuck's sake.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Get rid of Henry. Sorry, Henry, you stepped over the line too many times, I'm afraid. Maybe another time when I'm more in the mood. All right. I'll try to get back because we got a lot to still cover. Let me see here. I went too far back, guys. Holy hole in the donut. Where was that? Oh, God. Sorry. Sorry, I'm going back up to all things I've put up already. Yes, Svengoolie does make it enjoyable with his jokes, exactly. We started watching Captain Marvel on Tubi. Shazam must be 1940s, I'd say. Yeah, I never saw that, and that's supposed to be The Adventures of Captain Marvel, supposed to be one of the best serials. And I have it, and I still never watched the whole thing. And Tom Tyler is in there, who happens to play the mummy in The Mummy's Hand that I like, and he's very good as a mummy. He's my favorite mummy. And yes, that includes Christopher Lee. Christopher Lee is Robo Mummy. I don't know.
Tubi is fantastic. Tubi has a lot of great stuff on it.
Yes, it does.
The other night I was trying to watch. What the hell was I trying to watch? I think that John Lennon thing with Borrowed Time was supposed to be on Tubi, and I put it on, and sure enough, it was like I pressed Tubi, and it was like, gotta put this in, gotta put that in. I don't know where our numbers are, where our codes are. What the password was a year ago when I did it. It's like, goodbye, when we watch nothing. Because it's such a freaking headache. And it shouldn't be a headache. It is.
Ruby just comes on for me.
Yeah, same here.
It didn't come on for me.
Yeah. I can watch it on my computer or my TV. It just
there was no internet. I don't know.
The black and white
no internet connection. I don't know. Maybe you don't need an internet. Whatever it was, it wouldn't play for me. By the way, what do we think of Psycho 2, by the way?
The black and white film is why Bernard Herrmann scored the music with only strings. There's no percussion, no brass, no woodwinds. He said he scored a black and white film with black and white music, so that's why there's only strings on the soundtrack, nothing else.
Psycho 2, anybody?
Never seen it.
Is that the one where at the end you see the knife go in the guy's mouth? And
No.
out the back of his
I don't
head?
think so.
Whoa.
I don't want to spoil the ending, but I actually like Psycho 2 now. I didn't like it in the theater. I saw it. I thought, but I like it now. But Harry Mud, we got to start getting to everything because I'm not even finished yet. Let me try to catch up, and then we'll 40 minutes. There you go. All right. You know, here it is. You don't like free jazz. Thank you. That's what it is. I gotta remember that. We'll remember next time. Great finds, 4D. All right. Let's go let me get this. What else do I got here? Yeah. I did a video on this. I'll make it kind of quick, I hope. Chuck Norris. I don't know a lot of Chuck Norris stuff. I tried watching a little of Texas. What is it? Walker, Texas Ranger on TV. And I was like, shut it off in 15 minutes. I'm like, no, he always seemed like a nice guy to me. Nice personable guy, but he's dull in the movies I've seen him in. He doesn't have much of a screen presence.
No, which is unfortunate. But you know what? He, to me, is as good as a guy he may be. He I don't think he's ever more than just a B action movie star.
I don't ever get any other impression. I mean, I must have seen him in a few other movies in the theater. I think I saw Invasion USA in the theater. Don't remember a damn thing about it. Yeah. 1980s. Yeah. And maybe one or two others. But this one, which I talked about, and I'm going to just show it again. Silent Rage. Now, the reason I like this, you see, Frankenstein, it's a Frankenstein kind of creature there. And I love what it says. Science created him. Now Chuck Norris must destroy him. I love it. I'm getting goosebumps. That's a cheesy crap. Scientists take a serial killer, or at least a guy who wipes out his family at the beginning with an axe. Hold on a minute. Sounds good already, doesn't it, Tim? Hold on. Yeah. So this guy, kills his family. Goes, he's crazy. He's a mental patient. His psychiatrist is played by Ron Silver. I kind of like Ron Silver whenever I get to see him. Anyway, and Chuck Norris arrives. He's a sheriff, but he arrives on the scene and tries to take him down. Takes him down, takes him in. And then there's a scientist played by Stephen Keats. I kind of knew him when I saw him, but I didn't know his name, Stephen Keats. And he decides that he's going to be a modern day mad doctor, Frankenstein from 1982. And he's going to experiment on him and make him superhuman where you can't defeat him and play around with his genes and not those genes, the genetic structure and everything, to the point where if you take a blade and you cut his skin, it heals right back instantly and stuff like that. Now the psychiatrist, Ron Silver, wants no part of this. And eventually they make basically a super monster out of this guy. And Chuck Norris eventually tackles with him, and whatever he uses, whether it's judo, karate, whatever his thing is, they have a fight at the end. That's what everybody's waiting for. And he can't defeat him because he's superhuman, but it's a good fight anyway, kicking him around. And one other thing I'll say about it is it's 100 minutes. And I always say, it's not so much a time that a movie is, it's how it feels going down. Yeah. And it is a little long. There's padding in here. You didn't have to be 100 minutes, 85 minutes, 90 would have been nice. Now, Stephen First, who is Flounder in Animal House, the fat guy, he plays his bumbling deputy, a lot like Don Knotts in Andy Griffin's show, completely useless. I could stretch my suspension of disbelief. Chuck is very fond of his assistant. I don't know why. The guy can't do anything.
There's supposed to be a love making montage or something.
There's a love making scene in there where it's kind of awkward. I don't know if it was improvised or something. I think that Chuck, I read that he wanted to do stuff more like that. He didn't want to just be a martial arts star in a movie. kind of, he wanted to do a movie with a little martial arts in it, kind of, which is the idea of it. And it's a little awkward, a sequence with the love interest bits. He's not a great actor, you know.
I hope that wasn't Stephen First that scene was with.
No, it was with, no, it was with a woman. I forget it. Tony Callum. I've recognized her before. I don't know how to say Tony with an I. Tony Callum. Directed by Michael Miller. I was reading that Michael Miller said that everybody says this is like a slasher film. It is Michael Miller. It is. I love when they say it's. I wasn't making a slasher film. There's slasher elements in here. You know, axes to the face, stabbing, all that kind of grotesque stuff. It's like Michael Myers with this guy. He's like Jason. This guy can't stop him. It's all that. It's horror. That's what I like about it. Anybody who loves a stupid B movie like this, it's horror, slasher, a little comedy in there, action, nonsense, and a little bit of this, a little bit of that. He said he was the director said I was making a modern Frankenstein type film is what he was. That aspect's in there too, but it's got a little bit of everything. Good evening. Good evening. Any Amicus soundtracks? I'm sure I know the answer to that.
Oh, now then, I'm not. Nothing's coming to mind. I'll tell you what I'd love. Dr. Terror's House of Horrors. It was scored by an avant-garde composer called Elizabeth Lutyens, but I haven't been able to find it. The only thing I've found from that film was the single that Roy Castle made, where he's basically doing his character, you know, for the voodoo portion of Dr. Terror's House of Horrors. So he does a couple of voodoo songs on this 1965 single. And
Donald Sutherland is in it too.
Yes, he is.
In that early Donald Sutherland. What is that movie? 1963-ish, around there?
65.
65, okay. And favorite Amicus film, Dr. Terror's House of Horror is one of them. I like House to Drip Blood. I like Tales from the Crypt. Those are the first ones that come to mind for me.
I agree.
Delta Force. That's another one. You never seen Amicus?
I don't. Not an anthology kind of movie. They're not my thing.
Yeah, different stories, you know. Yeah.
I don't do anthologies very often of anything.
Oh, Psycho 2 had a great score by Jerry Goldsmith. There you go.
All right, I've never heard it.
Okay, let's move on now to. I always save Tim for last. Not always, but you got a lot of stuff, you know. So, Tom, let's see what you looked at lately. I went to the movies to see, I'm sure.
Yeah, I just went to the movies last night, actually, and saw this fun little 90-minute movie called They Will Kill You. And sometimes you just want to go to a show to be entertained, not have to put too much thought into it. And this was a perfect example of that movie, a movie called They Will Kill You, which starts off with, you know, a woman and a girl. You don't know if at first if it's her daughter or like a sister, but they're in trouble, and the main girl shoots somebody. You think he's dead or whatever, but she disappears. Either way, it's 10 years later, and then we find her in this massive apartment structure. We don't know if I think it's in New York or whatever, but she's applying for a job. She gets the job. I think she's just, you don't know why she's doing all this at first, but you find out naturally throughout the movie. But so she's in her new room and she's sleeping, and then all of a sudden she's awoken by a bunch of people in masks and whatever, and they're obviously trying to kill her, as the title suggests, so not really spoiling anything by this. And so, long story short, there's this big fight scene. This is all within the first 20 minutes of the movie. So I'm not spoiling anything by telling you this. So she defeats all these people that are in her room, and needless to say, they all come back to life. So we got to figure out why this is happening and why. So it's very Kill Bill-esque in a way, where it's a woman, trying to get revenge or trying to find somebody. And it's very exaggerated with the blood and the splatter. She cut somebody's head off and it's like a sprinkler, just shooting.
Yeah, I've seen that before.
You see some of those in some of those 70s samurai films, or
Kill Bill, he did that too.
Kill Bill. You just got this over exaggerated blood just flying everywhere. And it was a lot of fun.
But what was the audience? What was the audience like, though, Tom?
Oh well, I mean, the audience was enjoying it too.
Okay,
but it's come to find out they're in a house of Satan. They're all like it's, and you've got these different levels of fantasies. And there's just like one. It's almost like a video game as well, because you're just going through all these levels, and and you just all these action scenes just play as a video game, and it's just like one after another until the end of the movie. And it's something that I normally wouldn't bother going to see, but it had a really good cast in there. I know Patricia Arquette I like sometimes, of the Arquette dynasty family, and then you had Heather Graham from Boogie Nights fame in there, and a couple of other well-known actors.
Anybody collecting booze bucks?
Well, I mean, if you want, you might want to. You could say that Patricia Arquette is probably in her booze bucks phase right now. The one kid that plays Draco Malfoy in the Harry Potter movies, the little bad guy, he's in this as well. And I don't see him in much, so he might be a booze bucks collector as well. But just seeing the way all these people are getting sliced up, and then they're coming back to life or whatever, and then you find the backstory as the movie comes along. Nobody went to go see this movie. It only made like $5 million at the box office last week, which was too bad. But people might probably discover it on streaming and whatnot. And then, like I said, 2 weeks ago, I did see Project Hail Mary, which it was really amazing. The Earth is dying. They got to find, or no, I'm sorry, not the Earth. All the suns in the solar system are slowly dying, except for one, and they got to find out why that's happening. And they have to go to this particular planet to collect this particular thing to help. And then along the way, he meets an extraterrestrial. And they have to, work together and communicate and to help save the solar system for the most part. And like I said earlier, I mean, there's this one scene where they're at this planet, and the visuals are just absolutely stunning. And it's Ryan Gosling, who has been in a lot of stuff over the last 20 years, whether it's The Fall Guy or Barbie and all these other Drive. And he does some really good movies. He's a pretty good actor. But this was like one of those like all in wonder type films where you're just watching it and you're just like, can't believe what you're seeing. Almost in a way like the visuals in 2001, were really like that as well.
Yeah.
Pickup wise, no surprise. A couple more criterions. I was kind of curious about this movie because it's an Apple movie. Apple's a stream, Apple Plus, Apple's a streaming. They don't usually release stuff on physical media, but Criterion got it, and that's Martin Scorsese's Killers of the Flower Moon, starring the greatest actor of all. Yeah, starring the greatest actor of all time, Robert De Niro.
Yeah, right.
And,
I've not seen that one.
Yeah, Leonardo DiCaprio. I mean, it was nominated for a million awards. Lily Gladstone was nominated for Best Actress. So 3.5 hours. Yeah, so we're talking about long movies earlier with Ben-Hur. This one's 3.5 hours as well.
Wow.
A lot of world building, a lot of attention to detail, like you expect from a Martin Scorsese film. So there's that. Another one that they just bumped up to Blu-ray. They had it on DVD before, but they upgraded it, and that's a Louis Bernal film called Viradina.
I've seen a couple of his movies. That was not one of them.
Yeah, and this one's fun. I mean, he has a lot of religious type of context in his films. There's one, if you can see it, and right here, there's a scene where he's kind of like redepicting the Last Supper in there, you know, which is it's just a fun scene. I've seen it once before, and I've been looking forward to seeing it again now that it's on Blu-ray. I'll definitely be checking it out.
How old is that?
1961. 61.
Okay.
Yeah. So, you know, obviously black and white, you know, so, but Benoit is a very good director. I tend to like, you know, a few of his things.
You know, Tom, that film you started off with, and you said
Killers of the Flower Moon.
Yeah, and you know the one you went to the cinema to see, was it yesterday?
Oh, yeah, They Will Kill You. Yeah.
Right, and you were saying that the scenes were kind of like they played like a series of video games. Remember when you said that?
Right.
What that made me think of is Westworld, even though it's before video games, because you know, like you go to this holiday spot and you enter a series of sketches which are like formulaic, derived from the movies, and then you come out of that sketch and go into another one. That's kind of, don't you think that's kind of like the same thing, even though it's before video games?
Well, what do you think, Joe?
I didn't see the movie.
No, I mean, he was saying Westworld is kind of like that in a way. I mean, would you agree with that?
I think video games necessarily. I don't know. Not about video games. Okay. No,
he's not buying it. Joe's not buying that.
He's not buying it. He's not buying it. You're gonna have to convince him another time.
I'm not exactly sure where this comes from out of nowhere, but it's funny because I heard that the Ten Commandments also was coming back to the theater, and I saw it in 2016 in the theater. I saw it. In fact, my mother took me to see it in the theater when I was like 10 years old or something. But anyway, and I remember telling my girlfriend, Edward G. Robinson is really he's miscast, I think, in it, but he's funny in it.
Yeah.
And, CineMayo's,
CineMayo's.
I think in other things, his Fritz Lang movies, he's usually like when we worked with Fritz Lang, he usually played the opposite. He was this meek little guy that was down on his luck, and you know, he didn't always play the same character.
There's so many, like in the Ten Commandments, there's so many hokey lines in there. I think it's so much. So I mean, I love Ben-Hur so much. Like Ten Commandments is a great spectacle too, but it's a joke. A lot of it. It's just, I'm not talking about the history of the biblical part of it. I'm just saying the way it's shot. Like you know, when there's like a plague and he brings all the stuff on Egypt, whatnot, and he says after the darkness, it's like it goes dark for a certain amount of days, and then Charlton Heston comes in and he says to Ramsey, he goes, "Have the days of darkness made you see the light, Ramsey?" Things like that. I mean, what the? It's like these modern colloquialisms. I can't stand when they do that in a movie.
You remember the series MASH? Wasn't there a guy who came in later who always did a Charlton Heston impression?
Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know MASH enough.
Any of you guys?
I think you're thinking of Colonel Flagg, and yeah, he was sort of, sort of. I think you're thinking of Colonel Flagg.
I'll write that down and check later because it's a vague memory, but it used to make me laugh a lot. Colonel Flagg.
Yeah, Colonel Flagg, I think, is who you're thinking of.
Drink your glass of Iron Maiden's Trooper, whatever. So what's this about you or PG? What is that?
Oh,
it was a rated. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, certification, isn't it? It's what age they'll allow you into the.
It's a rated R film. It's a lot of swearing, and a lot of blood. So
we don't have you in America. We don't.
I really wish. I know it's hard to remember to do this because sometimes we don't get the comments till much later, and you don't know what it's about. Yeah. I'm thinking you're talking about Silent Rage, Suck, but you could be talking about anything.
Yeah.
Who knows? Let me know.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I remember Beneath the Planet of the Apes was a AA in my country, which is you would think that would hit the box office a bit. AA means it means you'd have to be, I think, 15 years old at least to get in to see Beneath the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
Well, they could have put Don Rickles in the Ten Commandments the way it came off. Had Vincent Price in there. Well, Vincent Price wasn't established really that much as a horror guy yet, although he had done House of Wax already. Let's see. Klinger and Drag. Good evening, Mike. Yeah, better late than never.
Yeah, hey, Mike.
Greetings.
Yeah, better never late. Just kidding. All right, let's move on to Tim. Finally, what he's got here to show us.
Okay, I've picked up a few things, just a couple. I won't talk much about these, but I love Hong Kong films, and even the films that came before what became known as Hong Kong films. And I collect Dragon Dynasty, which are all out of print, and they're in print by other people now. But I love the way they did them. And I found the Return of the Five Deadly Venoms, which I don't have that. I have the original, but I don't have the sequel. And I know you're gonna sleep. Shaolin Mantis, another. Well, the first bunch are Hong Kong. Shaolin versus Wu-Tu or Wu-Tang. Shaolin versus Wu-Tang 2. And I forget what this is even called. Horse Face Killer or something. I don't know, but I picked them.
Wow.
I mean, these are thrift store movies, couple bucks. 2 movies on this one. Okay, and I remember when this came out, it looked awful, but it intrigued me, and I found it at my thrift store for $2. So, Showdown at the Grand. That cover tells you exactly what the film's going to be.
Sure.
And a real bargain in my very first one, but it does come with a Blu-ray, which is why I got it for $2. I found still sealed Schindler's List on 4K.
Wow,
that's different.
And it comes with a Blu-ray, and so I don't have a 4K player. I'm not interested in 4K, but it has a Blu-ray. So
cool.
There you go. That's what I grabbed. I know, not very exciting for you guys, but now what I watched.
Nothing to say.
Schindler's List is an exciting movie.
Yeah, but it's a movie I swore I'd never watch again. I saw it twice in the theaters, and it's just so brutal and so depressing.
Yeah,
but I guess I'll watch it again. I'll watch it again. You won't even be able to see this, but it was my birthday, so on my birthday I thought I'd treat myself, and I watched Rushmore again. I rewatched Rushmore for the first time in years, and
late happy birthday, you old fool.
I always said that his next movie was even better, Anderson's, but I don't know. Now I'm close. Rushmore is just the perfect little oddball film. I love it. Bill Murray's great in it. Everybody's great in it. Great film. I don't have much to say about it. And I decided to watch this for some reason, and I actually liked it. The Paper Chase.
Oh yeah.
Anybody remember when this came out?
Yeah, they made a series out of that, didn't they?
Yeah, they made a series out of it, and
not what my girlfriend's watching. No,
it stars a pretty young Lindsay Wagner, and Blair Brown is in this, which a bunch of people show up that had careers later in this. And listening to there was a commentary, and I didn't know it's 71 years old. This was John Houseman's first film.
Wow.
I was shocked. He had a career.
No. What year is that, Tim? Tim, what year is that movie?
It's about 73. I'm not sure exactly. It's early 70s.
All right, yeah, because he's in the 3 Days of the Condor too, but that was right after.
Yeah, but this was his first, and he didn't want to do it. And he was teaching classes, and they went to some of his classes just to get a feel for what it would be like, and they couldn't cast it, and they're like, well, why don't we just get him to do it? And reluctantly he did, and
well,
he got nominated for an Oscar. I don't remember if he won, but
John Houseman goes all the way back to Orson Welles' theater productions because he
he was a theater guy forever and ever and ever, but he never made a film.
Right.
He never made a film. That was his first film.
Because he was good. He was good in that. He was a good actor in that film.
Yeah. No, like I said, he was Oscar nominated. I don't know if he won.
Yeah.
And I thought of you, Tom, and I finally pulled this out and watched it just because it's your favorite genre. I finally watched
Summertime.
The Venice film, yeah.
Very. I enjoyed this film. There's not a whole lot I can say about it. It was a colorful film, great acting, just a nice film. So
you know when Katharine Hepburn fell into the water in Venice, the canal, she had to be rushed to the hospital afterwards because it was so poisonous that it got into her eyes.
She got really ill from that. Then I started watching some larger format things. I watched Marathon Man.
Now you're talking.
Was it safe? Was it safe?
Listen, here's the thing about that. I'm a big Elvis Costello fan. In 1996, him and Steve Naive, the keyboard players, did a bunch of shows, and they recorded some of them. And there's this one thing on this promo CD, and he's in Germany, and there's this guy interviewing him, and he keeps asking Elvis, "Is it safe? Is it safe?" And Elvis is like, "I didn't know what he meant." And I finally got it. I've been wondering for 20 years what the hell he's talking about. Now I know.
Listen, you've got a Laserdisc player then, Tim?
Yeah. Yes.
Do you find that's better than Blu-ray?
No.
Okay.
I find
you kind of if you run your Laserdisc player through a DVD recorder and out through an HDMI, it will upscale it. So I do that too.
Did you find Marathon Man a little convoluted? I mean, I enjoy it.
Very, very that's what was going on at the time. These sort of convoluted spy kind of.
I love William Devane in that movie. I love him. Such a creep.
Get the fucking car. That's all I remember.
No, this was very convoluted. Still enjoyable, but extremely convoluted.
He's driving around and he's trying to hold on, Tim. And he's driving around and he's like saying, "Get your head down before you get it blown off." Listen, and he's like, really, he's in on it. He looks like he's saving Dustin Hoffman. And he's like, "Hey, what was he like? Did he have white hair? Answer me, did he have white hair?" And he goes, "He was bald." And he goes, "Damn, son of a bitch shaved his head and he's here." That's great. And by the way, one of my favorite lines, and what do you in mind, Rita? Tim, I just said to my girlfriend again, I love Sir Laurence Olivier when he said that little tidbit to Dustin Hoffman. Dustin Hoffman's a method actor.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. Go ahead.
Maybe you'll tell it better than me.
No, you go ahead. No,
because I get tongue tied. And he says he looked all like tired or whatever. And he said, "What's the matter, old boy?" or whatever. He said, "Well, I stayed up all night because the character stayed up all night." So Dustin Hoffman stayed up all night to get ready for the role. Right. And then Laurence Olivier says, "Why don't you just try acting, old boys?"
Yeah, that's a good story.
I mean, really, it's method acting stuff.
Well, I like when you see the clash of styles when you get the older school like Olivier and Bogart and stuff like that, and then they're working with the later method style actors too. It's fun to see those kinds of movies.
I love that film. I think it's a great film.
Yeah, I really like. Even though every time I see it, I've seen it a dozen times. I still am a little confused about some of it. But
it's not my cup of tea, to be honest. But I enjoy the film.
Roy Scheider is good in that too. They're all good.
Roy Scheider. I thought it was brilliant. And I've been into Maryland lately. You guys know I watched a couple of Maryland movies.
Yeah,
and I watched what they cut together of the last film she made. Something's Got to Give.
Oh yeah.
So you can watch that on YouTube. So I watched that, and then I'm like, well, I might as well see the original. So I watched My Favorite Wife which is and from what I saw of Marilyn's film, it's scene per scene, word for word dialogue, exactly redoing this film. I mean, they didn't change a blessed thing. But this is great.
They remade films back then, Tim.
Yeah, they made.
What year was the original film of that?
But they didn't do it 5 years later. They didn't do it. They waited at least a little time, and we didn't have VCRs and all of that.
These houses on fire.
Nobody'd seen this film in 20 years when they remade it. It's not like it's not like today. But anyway, I really enjoy this film. This is a nice screwball romantic comedy.
By the way, I'm not done with the remakes. People always love to cherry pick things.
Let it go,
because it's so stupid.
Great little film. And I watched The Lost World.
Oh, I never saw The Silent.
The Silent one. Okay.
Yeah, the 1922, I think this was made. It's okay. It is what it is. For 1922, it's King. We wouldn't have King Kong if we didn't have this. But,
Right.
But it's not a great film, but it's a good film. It's worth watching. And I hadn't seen this literally since it came out, and I've had it on Laserdisc for years and years. It was sealed even, and I opened it. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna watch Mystery Train. Anybody ever seen Mystery Train?
Yeah, that's an Elvis Presley song.
Jim Jarmusch. Yeah, and I only remembered the Asian couple at the beginning. I didn't remember. There's three, talk about digest sort of movies. There's three different things going on in this movie. I only remember the first one. I forgot, no, I can't. Joe Strummer's in this. And best of all, Screaming Jay Hawkins is in this, which is great. You're kidding! Yeah. So yeah, this is a really good film. We're seeking out. I know Criterion's had it for years.
Yeah, I'm looking for it right now. And I can't find it at the moment.
I hadn't seen it literally since 1990, probably. It came out in '89. And very good movie. But the Asian people at the beginning is still my favorite bit of the film.
There you go, Tim.
I love her. I love her. She's just so great. That Asian girl, whatever her name is, she's just amazing.
Whatever her name is.
Yeah. I don't know.
I know. It's hard to say those names.
Yeah. And then I watched this just because I was in the mood for just okay. I'll put this on. Animal Behavior. Probably nobody heard of this movie. It's with Nancy Allen. And if you what kind of movie would you think this was if you saw it?
Comedy about having a chip. I don't know.
Yeah, you think it's a screwball comedy, right? I mean, it's not. Sure. It's not. It's sort of a cross between. Speaking of Blair Brown, it's sort of a cross between Continental Divide and Project X. There are comedic moments in it, but it's more of a love story drama kind of thing. And Karen Allen's really good in it because she plays this. She's the one working with the chimp, and they want to take her program away. And she's trying to teach this chimp to communicate. She's teaching it sign language and stuff like that. And they're defunding her. And her problem is she can't even speak with people. She's one of the worst communicators that I've ever seen on film. She can't talk to people. She can't get her point across. And it's ironic because she's trying to teach this ape to communicate, and she can't communicate with human beings.
I'd rather watch Day of the Dolphin.
It wasn't bad. It's not great. I'm not going to say this is a great film, but it's worth watching. It's good. And I enjoyed it. So two more. I know.
Oh my God, we got to do these shows every week. We have to.
Yeah,
Mhm.
France True Falls,
True
Bride
Fall,
Wore
The
Black.
Wore Black. True Fall.
Bride Wore
Very
Black.
good.
Just
Yes.
very good movie.
No,
I've
Joe,
seen
you'd
it
like that.
before.
Kino released that one, Joe. You'd like it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Best genre.
French film. You don't. This woman's killing these people, and you find out as the film goes on why. And it's
Right.
you know. I think Tarantino took a little of this for Kill Bill.
Oh, we took everything. Nothing's original by him.
Yeah, well, that's what he
He
did.
nicked
but
everything like John did, right, Joe?
Yeah.
So great film, and last but not least, I haven't seen this in years, and I watched it again. It's way better than I thought, different than I remembered it. The Incredible Mr. Limpet.
Oh, yeah.
I enjoyed this film. This is probably his best film. I used to think The Reluctant Astronaut was, but I think this is probably Don Knotts.
Oh, nuts.
It's his masterpiece.
It's his Citizen Kane, right?
Yeah, it's his Citizen Kane.
Was it a funny movie?
Yeah, no, it's a comedy, of course it is, but
Yeah,
it's serious. It's serious a little bit. I mean, to the point where it takes place in World War II, which I'd forgotten. So he's helping the Allies defeat the Germans as a fish. That's the story.
Right. And they do the cartoon stuff, right? There's like cartoon.
Yeah. They're both Don Knotts,
Yeah.
So
All right. Well, let me. The reason I asked you if it was funny or not is because was that the last one?
Yeah, I'm done. Yes.
Because all right. The reason I was asking because I forgot that I saw a movie 3/4 of it. I didn't watch the whole thing, so it doesn't count on TCM, and that is Never Give a Sucker an Even Break. Boy, did that suck. I mean, I don't know. I don't find W.C. Fields. I've tried him. I think I liked him. One movie I liked with him, I think it was It's a Gift. I think that was one I liked with him. Maybe one movie.
I think I like The Bank Dick.
Yeah, The Bank Dick is good.
I don't remember.
He was just a talented guy. All the films.
Hearty Handshake.
But I mean that I don't remember what film it's in, but the scene where he's trying to golf and he winds up juggling newspapers in the wind on a golf course. How do you do that? How do you juggle? And he's doing it.
A lot of booze.
The guy was talented. He just really was.
Yeah, I haven't seen nearly, believe me. I've seen a few. I didn't like The Bank Dick. I saw it a long time ago. I'd be up for another view of that. I like one. I think It's a Gift is the one I did like a little bit. There's another one movie they had on there called International House, and that is weird. That's from early 30s, I think. It's got George Burns and Allen and Gracie Allen, and they're really young. I mean, they were kind of humorous in it, but it had an all-star cast in it. International House. There's W.C. Fields, has Baby Rosemary, and that's actually the obnoxious Rosemary who was on the Dick Van Dyke Show when she's like a baby or a little girl. And it also has Bela Lugosi in it, which is good for me. International House. I saw some of it on Turner Classic Movies last night. I actually have a DVD series from, I don't know if it's from England or when I used to have a region free player. I think I played International House from the set. I have a set. There's like 16 or 17 movies on there. W.C. Fields made that many movies?
Oh, yeah. And he made a lot of shorts too, but full-length movies. But most of his movies are only like an hour long. Some are even less than that.
No longer, this one. Well, I didn't find it funny at all.
Not all, but most of his movies are about an hour long.
That's why I guess Tim, I'm more of a Three Stooges guy. I guess. I don't know. So I did watch some Our Gang shorts, Little Rascals. I'm going to get this in there because they're not cut. They're not edited. And they did a great restoration job on there. And you can tell they're not edited. Let's put it that way. They don't go over well these days. But they were the quality of it, and I can't say enough about those restorations. Classic Flicks did them, just unbelievable. And I watched like 4 episodes last night. So I watch other stuff. You may not watch full movies. And we watch a lot of Frasier episodes again every night. We watch at least 2 Frasers a night every night. So I probably got like 2, 4, 6. I probably got like 15 or 20 on something like that. Well, that's not even 15 is not an even number. 16 or 20, 18 since the last show. Let's see. Let's finish this up. Gotta go back up, way back up. Here it is. I know I'm not going to see it. How about you, Tom?
Oh, I'm going to see it, but I mean, I'm not like going to rush out to see it. I'm not overly excited. This is like this is the series that was on Disney Plus. So it's called The Mandalorian TV series on Disney Plus. So now they're kind of like this instead of doing a 4th season, they're doing like a movie. It's okay. It's an okay series. The 3rd season sucked, but we'll see what happens here.
Well, is the Green Murder Case from the new Blu-ray set? I got the set, but haven't watched it yet. Anybody? I don't know what that's about. My memory's gone already.
I don't know what he's talking about.
I'm watching Hopscotch. I love it. Any thoughts?
Yeah, Matthau, he's good in Hopscotch. He's good. Check that out. I think if you're a Matthau fan, you should watch that one for sure.
I almost, when I go to the movie theater, I almost never get anything.
Really?
I mean, very rare.
It's funny you say it because I'll get the pretzels, and sometimes I'll get the extra big pretzel, or I'll just get the pretzel bites. And usually by the time the movie starts, I'm done with it.
Yeah, that's what happens too.
You got about an hour to kill before the movie starts.
Yeah, you got a half hour to kill before the movie starts.
That's really terrible that they do that.
Yeah.
Okay, Back to the Future actor. I don't know who that is.
Yeah, he's the bald guy. I mean, you saw him in Top Gun. He was in like the Back to the Future 1 and 3. I don't think he was in the middle one. I'm trying to remember some of the other movies he was in. And also another actress just passed too, Mary Beth Hurt, I think her name was. She played the wife of Robin Williams in the World According to Garp.
Wow,
yeah, she was a good actress. Yeah.
W.C. Fields, I guess you're talking about him.
Yes.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yes.
Just picked up Mystery Train on DVD, but I have yet to watch it. Never seen it before. Looking forward to it.
It's good. Don't expect a lot to happen or anything. I don't think. But one thing I noticed, which is really cool, they go to Memphis, right? And especially with the Asian couple, but everybody in the film, they go to Memphis. It's all about Memphis, right? And they're walking down the street, and you see the big built-up Memphis behind them, but they never go there. Everybody stays on the outskirts of the town in the seedy part of Memphis. Nobody actually goes to the Memphis where people go. They just don't. It's pretty interesting. You see it in the background all the time. There it is, big tall buildings, but nobody goes there. It's sort of fascinating.
It's not my favorite. It's not my favorite Jim Jarmusch movie, but it's all right.
No, yeah.
What does this mean? Worse than Hopscotch is worse than Salmonex. You mean put you to sleep?
I don't know.
I think that's what it means.
I think so.
Okay, second Back to the Future also had James Tolkien in it.
There you go.
There it is. He's got everything. He's got it right at the ready.
Yeah, this is probably my favorite Jim Jarmusch film, Down by Law.
Oh, yeah.
Down by Law.
Yeah. I've got the soundtrack for that one.
I was just gonna say, I'm sure you have that
from John Lurie. Yeah.
Yeah. Who's a funny guy. John Lurie is actually kind of funny.
Yeah.
He's got this fish. You ever see his fishing show, Fishing with John?
Yeah. Jim Jarmusch was his first guest.
Yes, it was his first guest. Yes.
Is it worth the watch?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
You'll fall in love with the little Asian girl at the beginning. It's worth it just for that.
Watch it, Dad. Watch it.
It's a great. Well, she's not a kid. She's a woman.
I know, but this is the 21st century. We're messed up, man.
It's funny because she's trying to act cool, right? She's just like a punk, and she's trying to But
Yeah.
an American comes up to her and asks her for a light or something, and she changes immediately to the friendliest, nicest person you've ever seen. You know, she's just happy to do anything for anybody, and it's just sort of adorable.
Well, Martin's giving me a little prod to watch my Thin Man collection finally. You know,
You should watch it.
there's millions of movies to watch that I got to watch yet.
I love the Thin Man.
You know, how do you get to that one? And the thing is, if you know, believe me, every once in a while, believe it or not, I think maybe I'll put the Thin Man on today. You know, and I just don't. But all I know is that when I do watch the Thin Man, and I talk about it, you probably won't be here that day. But I'll do a video on it. That's for sure.
Well,
Chicken.
There's usually one really cool. There's usually one really cool guest star in each one. Like Jimmy Stewart's in the second one. Shemp is in one of them. I think.
I got to see Shemp.
Yeah, Gloria Graham is in. I think it was in one of them.
I like her. I like her in Blood and Lace. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. These are yeah.
Yeah.
Don Knotts. I don't know, man. Don Knotts, he's all right.
Limpet's good, and so is The Love God. That's a good one too, actually.
The dentist. I saw the dentist before, and that's pretty risque by today's standards. Yeah.
There you go. That took me a long while to find. It should have been easier to find than that. This you can get quite easily, because I only picked this up brand new and sealed about I don't know, maybe 3 months ago.
Yeah.
There you go.
Sure. Yes, sir. Okay. Thank you for sharing.
I did get Jim Jarmusch's latest soundtrack where he did the score or coded the score.
Yeah, unfortunately, that movie didn't play around me, so I didn't get to see it.
I've never seen it yet, although I'll see it as soon as it comes on Blu-ray. But I wasn't that impressed with the album, to be honest. It was okay. It was just a bit. Yeah. It was ambient music mostly.
Yeah, good cast though. Good cast. I think Tom Waits was in there. Like he is with a few of his movies, and
and he gets the best out of his actors.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
man,
what's up?
I forgot Tom Waits. Yeah, is the DJ in Mystery Train. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Cool. Well,
in a way, wasn't he kind of recapping his Down by Law role? Because he was although he was in prison, he was a DJ in that, wasn't he? Because they got him to do some of his DJ intros in prison. Well, it's 35 degrees, all that kind of talk. So I think he was reprising that role.
Could be, but he's just the voice, and you don't actually see him. He's just the voice in.
Yeah, but it's kind of an in joke, I think, for Jim Jarmusch fans.
Yeah.
who relate it to his character. In
but he's the glue that ties the three parts of the film together. Is
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, I think it's fantastic that we have the opportunity to still watch movies that are over 90 or
yeah, I watch 90-year-old movies all the time.
I mean. So I got to see Nosferatu 100th anniversary screening of that back in 2022, and that was fantastic.
Yeah,
great. And
I was saying this isn't a great movie, but it's like 102 years old. Think of it that way,
right?
This is a long time ago they made that movie.
I'd still rather watch that than one of those like new Kong and Godzilla movies, CGI things. Any day I'd rather watch The Lost World. Yeah. So
that's why one last thing, Joe. That's why I like this set right here is called Saved by the Flames. 54 rare and restored films from 1896 to 1944. Whoa. There's that Journey to the Moon with the rocket where he lands in the moon. There's a Charlie Chaplin short in here as well. So there's some really interesting things in there.
I may have to make this a priority. Maybe make a video with all 6 movies. Can I do all 6 movies in one video, you think?
You won't. Well, it'll probably take you a year to get through all 6 movies.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
There's too many things to do, man.
But yeah, I know. But if you, the first one is the best, and that'll get you excited to watch the other ones.
Yeah,
so
the first one is the best, but
That's what they say about everything almost.
They're so good together. I mean,
yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Myrna Loy and William Powell.
Yeah, again, Myrna Loy is a woman I fall in love with every time I see her.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
You know, they're just.
Did you ever watch Master Fu Manchu, Tom?
I was going to say, daughter, yeah.
But you did see it, right? I forget.
Yeah, I watched it. I really loved it. I really liked it a lot. 64 minutes, and it's really good. Actually,
goes by easy. That's why I used to have a friend of mine. He used to love, he liked the Hammer films. He's a little younger than me. He liked the Hammer films and Universals. He used to go. I watched one of those Universals. I like them. They're good and short. I'm like, okay. All right.
Well, I mean, but like you say though, Joe, I mean, there's times where you'll watch a 60-minute movie and it's boring as fuck, and it feels
absolutely
like 3 hours.
Or I could see Ben-Hur for near 4 hours, and I'm like, this, I love it.
Yeah,
I gotta go catch it again. I have to do it, but I don't know what to expect. There's another theater that it's at, a different theater, but this is the problem I have with these days when you got to look at the seating charts. I can't tell unless I know the theater, because I've been ones where I say it's a screen here,
right,
and then I say okay, and this looks good here, and then I go in that theater and it's too close, or it's too far. And some of them I pick just right. But even though it's a screen and yada, 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 I have to walk in and like size it up and feel it for myself usually. So I gotten screwed like that a few times. But this theater that I'm looking at, it's very small looking. It's like 5 or 6 rows in the whole. It's like really small. And I'm thinking now, what kind of theater is this going to be? I mean, it's a multiplex thing, but it's got a little theater for Ben-Hur. Now, what the hell? Is it going to be a big enough screen? What's it going to be?
It's going to be a big enough screen. It's just like you said. I mean, it's just maybe you get 54 people in there. I mean,
you're going to be so close. It's going to be a big enough screen. You don't want a huge screen.
They're not expecting that much people to.
No, I understand that. But the thing is, if the movie requires a big deluxe presentation. Right. Even though it's not many people are going to be there. Like the first time I ever saw Ben-Hur in a movie theater was, I think, 2009. Do the math. Right. I hear her screaming in there like.
I mean, wasn't that shot in 70 millimeters? Again.
She said, shit, and dropped. Yeah. It's important. Yeah. She dropped something hot, I think, in there. Oh, come on, man. Every day. Anyway, 59, 69, 79, 50th anniversary of Ben-Hur. I saw it. I went to New York City, which I seldom do, to see it at the Ziegfeld Theater, which was this huge freaking theater from the 30s and 40s, I guess, chandeliers everywhere. Really, a movie palace. First time I saw it was on a huge screen. Anyway, sorry. Probably dropped the chicken all over the floor.
Theaters could be okay. One of the 2 times I went to London, we went and saw they were showing His Girl Friday, and we're like, "Ooh, I want to see that on a big screen." So we went, and it was this little tiny theater. There probably weren't more than 200 seats. If there was even 100, there was probably 10 rows back and whatever wide, and it was a little screen, but it was still a very enjoyable experience. It's one of the movies I remember. I remember the experience of going. So it was just unique. I'd never been to anything like that before.
Joe, do you remember if could you tell if the Ben-Hur was were they showing it on film or were they showing it digital? Could you tell?
I assume it's digital, but I mean, other than the fact that the theater I was in didn't have the best sound thing, it was fine. It was great. I've seen it. No excuses, young man. There's a line in Ben-Hur when Ben-Hur goes to Masala, he says something like, "I'll be back tomorrow. Don't disappoint me, Masala." And I'm saying to you, Tom, I want to know what you're going to see. Don't disappoint me, Tom. Make sure you see that damn movie in the theater.
Yeah, I know. I want to see it in the theater, but I still need to do my taxes. Still haven't done those.
Oh, how much time you have to do your taxes? You got to do it that day?
I got 3 weeks.
Allow 4 hours?
Come on, guy.
What?
Huh?
What?
What? Getting
I
older?
didn't catch it.
Can't hear?
I just didn't catch it. I wasn't paying attention.
Okay.
All right. Anyway, I got to go. It's almost 2 hours. All right, guys. This has been great. 4D, always a pleasure. Tim, always a pleasure. Tom, yeah. No, Tom, always a pleasure.
Yeah. Hey,
When you
right
can make it. I'm glad you're able to make it.
And right here. Okay.
All right, Tom. I'll see you. All right, everybody.
Cheers.
Talk soon. Have a good one, everybody.